And so again, as you lie back and get comfortable, begin to notice the weight of your body settling into the mat. And as you feel the weight of the body there settled in, you can start to notice your breath a little more closely. So here, begin to follow your breaths. So begin with the inhale, following in through the nostrils, staying with it as it travels way down deep. And then as you begin to exhale, starting way down deep at the core, and then follow the breath back up and out through the nostrils or the mouth. Follow your breath for the next few rounds. Notice that following the breath quiets the mind and eases the body. And then here, if you'd like to take a moment to set an intention for your practice today, you can do that in the stillness. Let's also take a moment to offer gratitude for practice and our day. Begin scanning the body next, starting down at the feet with the toes. Notice the soles of the feet, tops of the feet, heels and ankles. Notice the shins and calves, kneecaps, backs of the knees. Notice the thighs, front and back. Notice the hips, front and back. Notice how your belly's feeling. Notice how your low back's feeling. Take your attention out to your fingers. Check in with the hands, with the wrists and forearms, up to the elbows. Check in with the upper arms. Check in with the shoulders. How does your chest feel in this moment? How does your upper back feel? Notice your throat, the back of your neck. Notice the back of the head. Check in with the facial muscles. And then take the attention to the crown of the head. Let's pause here for a moment. And then silently scan all the way back down through the body, all the way back to the toes. And then let's take the attention right back to the breath for just a few rounds of focused breath work. Let's take a hand to the belly. And as you take your next inhalation, begin to fill the belly, expanding it upward and away from the floor. And as you exhale, begin pulling the belly back towards the spine. Let's inhale to the belly again, expanding it way out. And then exhale. And one more time, slow, deep inhalation, really expand that belly. And a slow, focused exhalation, controlling the air as you exhale all the air from the belly. And then take a couple breaths at your normal pace. As you slide 2 hands to either side of the ribs. We're going to focus our next round of breath here. As we inhale, we're going to feel the ribs expand away from the center. As we exhale, we feel the ribs move back towards the midline. Inhale, expand the ribs. And exhale. One more time, inhaling slowly, really expanding the ribs. And exhaling, controlling that breath as you exhale all the air from the ribs. Keep breathing at your normal pace here. As you begin to take a hand right below the collarbones to the center of the chest. On our next inhale, we're going to send the breath right here to the top of the chest. So as we inhale, we feel the chest rise upward. When we exhale, we feel the chest fall back down towards the floor. Inhale, expand the chest. Exhale, release. One more slow inhalation. Really expanding that out. A slow, controlled exhalation as you exhale all the air from the top of the chest. Again, return our breath to normal. And here, let's take a moment to notice how our breath work changes, how we're feeling in our mind and body. Maybe a little more focus and relaxation is going on in this moment. Next, we're going to practice putting all 3 of those parts together. So if it helps to move the hands as you're focusing on where the breath's traveling, you can let the hands rest on the torso. So as we inhale, we're going to expand that belly. We're going to let the breath rise up into the ribs and then all the way to the collarbones. Exhaling, we start at the top. We exhale from the middle. We exhale all the air from the belly. Inhale, belly, expand to ribs, expand through the chest. Exhale from the top, exhale from the middle, and exhale all the air from the belly. One more. Inhale, belly, expand up to the ribs, expand all the way through the top. Exhale from the chest, exhale from the ribs, and exhale everything from the belly. And again, return the breath to normal. Next, we're going to begin integrating some movement with our breath. So as we inhale, we're going to begin to stretch the arms overhead, reach the fingers away from the toes. Take some time to really stretch through your body. Maybe stretch one side longer, and then alternate to the other side. And taking time to pause anywhere that feels good. And then let's inhale right up the center again. As you exhale, begin to hug your knees to your body. Roll over the low back gently side to side. And when you think you're being slow with that rock, take it even slower and really pay attention to where you feel your body touching the floor as you move. Take your attention to all those places in the low back that might need some extra stretch or love, or just give it a moment with some compression. I know we're all doing a lot of sitting and working from home these days. And then let's hug the knees back to the center. And we're going to start alternating that hug. So let's take an inhale. As you exhale, hug the left knee in, straighten the right. You can take that right as straight as feels good for you. It doesn't have to be all the way straight. And then again, inhaling, you're going to change, holding on to the right, extending the left. Inhale here, and then exhale to switch. So take that motion into your own control, using your breath to move, pausing where it feels good. And then the next time you hug in the left knee, I want you to pause there. Start to straighten that left leg and reach the sole of the foot towards the sky. So do whatever feels good with the right leg. If you need to bend the knee and place the sole on the floor, if the low back's feeling pinchy, take a moment to figure out what feels good there. But the left heel is going to start reaching closer to the sky. The knee can be bent if the hamstrings are feeling tight. Point and flex through that foot. Rotate the ankle if that feels good. And then the opposite rotation with the ankle. And then as you exhale again, you're going to hug that left knee back to the body. Start to let the left sole of the foot come to the floor. So the left sole is going to stay on the floor. We're going to work a little bit more with this left leg. And so here with the left sole on the floor, you're going to take that heel closer to the inside of your right thigh. And you're going to start to let that left knee fall out to the side, just like a tree pose. So again, you can leave the right leg straight, or if you need to bend it for your low back, you can. If the left knee out to the side is intense for the inner thigh, you can make a fist and prop that fist underneath the left thigh to give yourself a little more support. So no overstretching here. We're just doing a gentle opening. You can also use your pillow or your blanket if you have it right there within your reach. I'm going to breathe here for a couple of breaths. So as you breathe, think about inhaling to expand where you feel your stretch. As you exhale, letting everything relax down to the floor. And 2 more breaths here. Inhaling to expand into the stretch, opening up a little more. And exhale to relax. And 1 more slow, deep inhalation. And exhale to release. And as you inhale, begin helping that left knee back upright. And we're going to start reaching the right sole of the foot to the sky. And repeat on the opposite side. So again, if you want to straighten out the left leg, if that feels good, you can take that leg there. If you'd like to leave it with a knee bent, sole on the floor, you can leave it there. Begin to point and flex through that right foot. So really feeling the toes spread as you flex and really pointing through the toes to get all of those tiny little muscles and bones moving in your foot this morning. Start to circulate the ankle. And then the opposite direction as well. As you start your next exhalation, you're going to begin taking the sole of that foot to the floor. And so scoot the heel of the right foot close to the rear end, and then begin to pull it closer into the inner left thigh. Deep inhale here as you start to open up that right knee to the side. Again, take a moment to prop where you need to so you can breathe into the stretch for a few rounds. feeling a good stretch, but not an overstretch. So either your blanket or your pillow or your fist can prop up that right leg on the outside. And begin to breathe as you inhale. Feel that stretch spreading, creating more space. As you exhale, relaxing everything closer to the floor. Inhale, expand. Exhale, relax. And then one more slow, deep inhalation, really noticing what you're feeling in that stretched inner thigh. Exhaling to release everything. And then inhaling, begin to take that knee back upright. As you exhale next, hug both knees back to you. If you'd like to begin to stretch the forehead towards the knees to wake up the upper back, you can. If your body likes that. If not, just hang out with hugging knees in. And then as you're ready, you can either rock up to your seat or roll over to one side. And begin making your way up to your seat. And so as you find your seat, you can find a prop to sit on as well. Not a dog bone, but a prop. And raise the hips just a little bit to get the back nice and straight. Find a comfortable seated position so you can sit cross-legged. But if that doesn't work for you, you can have your legs out ahead of you. And what we want to do right now is really just connect to those sits bones, feel them making contact with your floor, your mat. Roll the shoulders up to the ears and then gently down the back a few times. Let's reverse that roll. And then one more time, pull the shoulders way up to the ears, take them slightly behind the ears and let them begin to relax down the back. Try turning the palms up for just a breath to really feel the front of the chest open. Feel those shoulder blades release even further down your back. Take a moment to think about where your breath's traveling. And so notice that you can start to grow your spine longer as you inhale, reach up through the crown of your head. Makes the back of the neck a little bit longer. It actually can make the core activate a little bit stronger as you think about lengthening through the spine with your inhale. And then we're going to start to take the fingertips out to either side of the body, just making contact with the floor. As you inhale, start to reach the fingertips way up, away from the armpits, reaching towards the sky. Exhale, reach way out from the heart center. Let the fingertips travel back down to the floor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. And one more inhale, reach way up. Exhale, reach down and away from the center. Let's reach the left arm up. And we're going to start to bend that elbow as we exhale. So let's just start off with placing the palm of the hand to the back of the neck. And so think about keeping the spine nice and long here. As you inhale, lengthen again through your spine. Exhale. And then think about pushing the elbow a little bit behind you. So it's maybe right out to the side of your ear, slightly behind. And then we're going to reach that arm up again. As we exhale, we're going to take the hand a little deeper if that feels good for you. So maybe right between the shoulder blades. And from here, we want to really open up through the armpit and all those muscles below the shoulder blade. So let's inhale the right arm up. And then as you exhale, move that hand towards the elbow. So from here, control how deep that stretch goes for you. And that could be just literally pulling on the skin to get that tissue to free up a little bit. Or you can begin to move the elbow a little closer to the head. So we're moving into a modified cow face pose. So we're trying to keep the chest open as we're here and we breathe. Let's do 2 more breaths here. And then begin to unwind. So inhaling, unwrapping the arms. When the fingertips come back to the floor, let the circulation regulate back through the arms. Let's start to inhale the right arm up. As we exhale, we're going to take the palm of the hand right behind the neck. So just feeling out how the shoulders are feeling before we go into the full expression. Well, it's not generally the full expression, but we're moving into the modified cow face arms. We want to be really careful with shoulders. They're so sensitive. As we inhale, let's reach up again. And exhale, maybe going a bit deeper, reaching the fingertips, maybe the palm of the hand between the shoulder blades. So stay there for a second, let the tissues loosen, and get ready for that deeper stretch. And then you can begin to inhale the left fingertips up and around, reaching for that right elbow. And so again, start very gently, maybe just pulling on the tissue, pulling it from the armpit up towards the elbow. And then as you feel ready, maybe you can pull that elbow a little bit closer to the head. Really trying to let the right arm relax somewhat and let the left arm or the left hand assist with the stretch. 2 more breaths here. And then as we take our next inhalation, we're going to start unwinding our reach. Take the arms back down to the ground. Shake it out. Take the hands back to the tops of the legs or the knees. Let's inhale up nice and long through the spine one more time. As we exhale, we're going to gently twist to the right. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, we're going to twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center. If you need to switch your seating posture at all, take a moment to switch. Inhale, tall again through the crown of the head. This time, let's inhale the arms up. We're going to twist a little deeper. As we exhale, we're twisting towards the right. You can take that left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Stay here for a breath. Deep inhale, lengthen through the spine again. Exhale, take the gaze over the back shoulder. So here we're using the breath to get long as we inhale, as we exhale to twist. For those of you who like to take that twist a little deeper, you can actually take the hand around and bind if that helps you feel secure in that twist. Or you can leave the fingertips right behind you, making contact with the floor. Let's take one more breath here. Deep inhale, expand your chest and reach the crown upward. Exhale to twist. And then we're inhaling back to center. Feel that spine normalize at the neutral position. Again, inhale to grow the spine longer. Exhale, reaching the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. One breath here. And as you exhale, take the gaze over the back shoulder. And then when you're ready, take that stretch wherever it feels good for you. So a deeper twist, just right where you started out. And let's do one more breath here. Inhale, we're coming back to center. And then let's take the legs out ahead of us. So from here, we inhale up nice and long through the spine. As we exhale, we're going to do a very gentle forward fold. So as you forward fold, think about keeping your back nice and flat. Feel that stretch happening behind you, behind the backs of your legs, and the hamstrings. As you keep the back flat, you're actually protecting the lower back from overstretching. And then we're going to inhale all the way back up. We're going to do that one more time. As we exhale, we're going to fold. And here, if you want to grab your pillow or your blanket, we're going to stay for a couple of breaths. You can tuck that under the torso for support. Let that body come as forward as you can with a flat back. Feel that stretch in the hamstrings, pointing the toes upward towards the ceiling if you can. And then try to relax down towards the floor using your prop or just your arms for support. And let's stay here for 3 breaths. And one more breath. And then begin to walk your way all the way back up as you inhale. You can take that prop and move it to the side. And then we're going to roll around a tabletop position. So clear your mat, unless you need your blanket for support for your knees. Start to come into your tabletop. So wrists and elbows are directly below the shoulders, knees below the hips. And we're going to start to move into our cat and cow. So as we inhale, push into the hands. Feel those shoulder blades move together at the back. The chest opens towards the wall ahead of you. As you exhale, push into the hands again. This time to make more space between the shoulder blades and tuck the chin. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale. Now we start to make that cat-cow a little more dynamic. So we inhale to come forward. Feel those shoulder blades moving together. As you exhale, start to curl at your belly this time. So belly back to spine, and then start to take the hips back to the heels. Inhale, we're coming forward. So making that spine a little more fluid. Exhale. Belly to spine, hips to heels. Inhale, forward again. And exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. This time, sit all the way back to child's pose. Again, you can use your prop, your blanket, or nothing, whatever the child's pose feels the best for you. But you're going to relax down. You can move the knees out to either side for more space or comfort. Begin to reach those fingers way far away from the shoulders. And then let your head relax down, either on your prop or your mat. Take your attention to your back body. As you inhale, feel those back ribs expand. And as you exhale, relax everything down to the floor. Inhale, expand the body. And exhale. One more time. Inhale, really expand those back ribs. And exhale. Inhale, we come back up. Begin to stretch through the backs of the legs, curling the toes under. Feel the calf muscles waking up, maybe down into the soles of the feet, the plantar fascia. So giving the legs a little wake-up call as we get ready to move into our standing postures. And then let's start to activate the core. Reach through the right heel, toes off the floor if you can. You don't have to, but that'll give your core a little more boost to this morning. And then exhale it down. Reach through the left heel. And exhale it down. As you reach through the right heel, think about turning the pinky toe a little bit more towards the floor to keep the hips level. Exhale it down. Inhale through the left heel, pinky toe downward. Exhale it down. This time let's add the opposite arm. So we inhale through the right heel, start to add the left arm. Exhale both down. Inhale left heel, add the right arm. Exhale it down. Keep going. Use your breath. Let's do 3 on each side. Last one. Inhale, right heel, left arm. Exhale down. Inhale, left heel, right arm. And exhale down. So from here, if you need to shake out your wrists, take a moment to do that. When you're ready, come back to your tabletop. We're going to work our way up to standing. Through downward facing dog, we're just going to take a very easy dog first. So as we inhale, we're going to curl the toes under. Exhale, keep the knees bent, but start to raise the hips towards the sky. Let the body feel that weight shift into the hands and the feet. Start to pedal through the feet. Feel the shift across the body. So as you straighten the left leg, maybe you feel the weight shift into the right hand as well. Straighten the right leg, maybe you feel the weight shift into the left hand. And then come back to center. Inhale. As you exhale, come back to your knees. Do any readjusting that you need to. And then as we take our deep inhale this time, we're going to curl the toes under and reach as far back as we can with the hips into downward facing dog. Start to let the head release down. Take the attention to the breath. Think about reaching the backs of the hips, the backs of the thighs, towards the wall behind you. Feel that stretch in the backs of the legs. And keep breathing. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. As you begin to inhale next, bend your knees, start looking forward on your mat between your hands. Walk your feet towards the hands, or hands towards feet, whatever works for you. Keeping your knees bent for this first standing posture. Just take a big inhale here. Let the head hang for a sec. As you exhale, activate your belly. Start to push into the feet as you come all the way up to standing. So from standing, take a moment just to move around, maybe shake the body from side to side. And then start to make your way up to the top of your mat. Finding yourself in Tadasana, mountain pose. So feel your feet planted on your mat. Ankles and knees are relatively below the hips. And maybe begin to take the toes, the big toes, a little bit more towards each other. Check in with the feet. Make sure you can lift the toes. And it feels like the weight's coming right down through the center of the feet. Knees are slightly bent, just enough to make sure they're not locked. Exhale the belly to the spine one more time, activating the core. And then take the attention back to the breath as we begin to move into our handless sun salutation. So we're going to do 5. Inhale, start to reach the arms way up overhead. Exhale, belly to spine as you begin to fold forward. Reaching the hands towards the floor. So letting them either rest on the sides of the legs or down on the mat. Inhale up halfway, flat back. Exhale, folding forward again. As you inhale, begin to bend the knees slightly. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale the hands to the heart. And then back to Tadasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, belly to spine as you start to fold. Keeping control of that core with your movement and breath. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold again, activating the core. Inhale, push into the feet. Come all the way back up. And exhale the hands to the heart. Back to mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Activating that core. Inhale up halfway. Exhale again. Folding forward. Inhale, slight bend to the knees as you push into the feet and reach all the way back up. Exhale the hands to the heart. And one more time. Inhale, reach way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Again, reaching all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Stay here for a few breaths. And just let your breath catch up to you. Coming back to mountain pose. Again, taking your attention to the breath. You're going to take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, start to step out long on your mat. So feel the weight redistribute between the 2 feet. And we're going to very slightly angle the left toes in. As we inhale, we're going to raise the right toes, and exhale, let them point out towards the short edge of the mat. Feel the weight between the feet and the strength of the legs. As you inhale, take the arms out to a T shape, and then exhale, warrior 2. So check in with that front knee. Make sure you see the knee facing towards the toes, knees not passing up the ankle. Take a couple breaths here. So inhaling for 1. Exhale. And inhaling for 2. Exhale. The This time as we inhale, rotate that right arm to face upward. Exhale, reach the right fingertips up towards the sky. Take a couple breaths here in your peaceful warrior, reversed warrior. Inhaling and exhaling. One more inhale and exhale. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale. Lower the arms, straighten the front knee. And then we're going to shorten that stance in a couple of steps. So we're coming in to prep for triangle pose. Deep inhale, exhale, activate the core. Place the arms on the next inhale. As you exhale, start to take that hip way out behind you, reaching the right arm way ahead. When you get as far as you can go, let that right hand drop towards the leg. So no weight really here on your leg, just a balance point. And sometimes even if you take the hand on the inside of the calf to help open the shoulder girdle out to the wall ahead of you, just that very light pressure can be very helpful. And so once you're here, you're going to inhale and reach the left fingertips towards the sky. So this is a very gentle triangle. You can take the gaze upward or out ahead or down towards the floor. And anybody who wants to take that any deeper, of course, you know where to go with it. You can take the hand to the floor, inside or outside, whatever works for you. Let's breathe here. One more breath. And exhale. And then as you're ready to come up from this posture, start to bend the front knee slightly. Inhaling up and exhaling everything down. So we're coming back to our neutral posture. Again, stepping out into your wide stance. Start to angle the right toes in slightly. Inhale the left toes off the floor, and then rotate those toes out towards the short edge of the mat. As you inhale, reach the arms into T position, and exhale, bend the knee, warrior two. Again, check in with that knee. Make sure that it's in the right position. Relax the shoulders down the back. Take the gaze over the front fingertips. And let's breathe here for 2 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. And one more inhale and exhale. Inhale, rotate the left arm facing upward. Exhale back to peaceful warrior. Keep breathing here. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. Inhale back up, warrior two. And exhale, drop the arms, straighten the knee, walk the back foot in, a couple of steps. Redistribute that weight between the 2 feet. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, take that right hip back and the left arm reaching way out ahead. As you start to drop into Okay, we're coming into triangle pose. So again, using the hand to open out through the front of the chest and reach up through the right fingertips. Breathing here for 2 breaths. And 1 breath. you begin to inhale, bend the front knee, coming back up. Exhale everything down. Come back to neutral at the center. Take a breath here. And then we're gonna carefully rotate both sets of toes out towards the pointy edges of your mat. We're gonna work through some core strengthening, leg strengthening, wide leg, chair, or squat poses. So as you inhale, you can start to take the hands to the hips. And as you exhale, you can start to reach the tailbone towards the floor and squat or sit. And then inhale, push into the feet, straightening all the way up. As you exhale, activate the core, start to take the tailbone towards the floor. And then inhale, push into those feet. We're going to do 3 more. Exhale. And inhale. 2 more. Don't forget to activate that core as you exhale and start to sit. And then push into the feet coming up. And 1 more. And inhale. All right, let's walk those feet in closer. Take a moment to shake it out. And then we're going to come on back down to our seat. So coming back to mountain pose. Roll the shoulders down the back. We're going to inhale the arms up. This time exhaling to sit into our chair pose. Inhale, push into the feet, straighten up. Exhale to sit. You can always take the hands to the hips if you need to. And one more time, inhale, straighten. Exhale, sit. And then from here, take a breath in your chair. As you exhale, start to fold forward again. You can leave the knees bent if that feels good. And so from here, we're just coming down to our seat. So if you're coming through Malasana, you can just bend the knees. Take a moment to feel that good stretch. Or you can just come on down to your seat. And then as you're ready, you can start making your way back to the seat. Once you get here, you're sitting up nice and tall. We're coming into a boat posture, but we're gonna tweak it a little bit. So we're sitting up nice and tall. We start to take the toes, just the toes to the mat. As we inhale, we're gonna reach the arms up. And as we exhale, we're gonna take the hands to the heart. So we inhale here at center. As we exhale, we're gonna reach the arms through. Just sort of give it a chop here to the side. Inhale through center. Exhale, chop to the other side. Inhale through center. Exhale. Inhale through center. Nice and long. And then exhale to twist. 2 more. Inhale through center. And exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale. And then 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last side. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to neutral. Sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, you can use the arms as a counterpoint to roll all the way back down. And so once you get back onto your back, you're going to tuck the shoulder blades under.
Take the arms right next to the body. And then take the heels a bit closer to the rear end. Still hip distance apart. We're going to take a nice deep inhale here as we exhale. The belly starts to come towards the spine. Keep that belly activated as you inhale. Push into your arms. Let the weight shift to your shoulders. Raise up into your bridge pose. And then let's exhale down very slowly, one vertebra at a time. At the end of your exhalation, let the belly come back to the spine again. Keep it there. Inhale to raise. So softening the rear end, feeling the weight in the feet and the strength of the quads. Exhale down. Belly to spine. We're going to do one more and hold. Pushing into the feet. Feel the weight in the backs of the arms, the head, the feet. Soften your glutes. Feel the push coming from the legs. 2 more breaths. As you exhale, you can start lowering all the way down again. Walk the feet out wide so that they touch either end of your mat, the outer edges. Take the arms out to a T. Deep inhale here as you exhale. Let the knees drop to the left. Inhale through center. Let the knees drop to the right as you exhale. And then one more time, just using your breath to move. Inhaling through center, exhaling, drop the knees. Inhaling back to center. You can exhale, start to take the feet into happy baby, or you can just hug your knees in. And take a moment to breathe, really flattening that spine out along the floor. Feeling the tailbone reach back towards the floor. And if it feels good to rock it out, you can do that. And when you're ready, you can unwind from happy baby. Start to take the feet back to the floor. And then you can begin to stretch out nice and long on your mat. Getting ready for Shavasana. So tucking the shoulder blades under. And the arms rest out to either side, palms up or palms down, whatever's comfortable. Just a little space between the body and the arms, a bit of space between the heels. Move the head gently from side to side and let it relax at the center. Blink the eyes open and closed a few times and then gently let them rest closed. Take the attention back to your breath. And as you take a few deep breaths here, start to feel the body inflate with every inhalation. As you exhale, feel the body become emptier and heavier. Bring your awareness to the parts of your body that are making contact with the floor. So the backs of your legs, your upper back, the back of your head. And every time you exhale, feel the weight of your body pressing those areas into the floor, almost as if they could sink through. And with every exhalation, feel your body becoming heavier and heavier.
Then begin to move your awareness deeper, feeling all the muscles in your body, from the tiny muscles in your eyelids to the larger muscles of your legs and your core. Feel the muscles of your belly and chest move as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And with your next exhalation, feel all the muscles of your body become heavy and relax to the floor. Finally, bring your awareness into your bones, from your skull down to the tiny bones in your toes. Feel all the bones growing heavier and heavier with every exhalation. Your skin, your muscles, and your bones continue to grow heavier and heavier as you sink deeper into the floor every time you exhale. Begin to bring your awareness back to your body, lying on the floor. Every time you inhale, let your body begin to feel lighter. Let your body begin to feel more awake. Every time you breathe in, feel the heaviness lifting away from your muscles, from your bones, from your skin. With every breath, begin to return some gentle movements. We're starting to wiggle the fingers and the toes. And then beginning to blink the eyes. Opened and closed and then open again. Start to let the head gently move from side to side once more. And then with your next inhalation, stretch the body long on your mat, reaching fingers away from toes, just as we started our practice today. So just a nice wake up stretch, and as you exhale, you can begin to hug the legs to you. And from here, when you're ready, you can make your way back to your seat. So once you've made your way back to your seat, you can take the hands to the heart. Take a moment to remember the intention you set at the beginning of your practice. And take a moment to remember the gratitude we also expressed at the beginning of our practice. May we be healthy, may we be happy, and may we be at peace. Namaste.